Give us a few words, please.
Folks, this is really a momentous occasion right now. We're all here, we share a common concern, and the common concern is our country and the direction where our country is heading. I just came back from Washington, D.C. We filed a lawsuit in coordination with Council on American Relations. It's in Alexandria, Virginia. We represent a wide gamut of folks that are scared and frightful. Many of them, we have them under John Doe, Jane Doe, because they're worried that they're going to be picked up. It's disheartening to see that. Just to give you an idea of the breadth of this executive order, so just so you understand its reach. And the only way to really understand it is to kind of individualize it a little bit. We have a student who's in a 4-year program who goes home, can't come back because of his faith. The executive order does ban refugees, but there is also an exception, and that's what has caused the uproar. The exception is if you are of a faith, of a minority faith, in a country that has a dominant religion, you can come here, seek religious persecution, and you can, but if you're a Muslim, and that's obviously because the 7 countries are Muslim dominated, it's clear with the handwriting on the wall here. You have a doctor who is from Somalia, who is serving an underserved community here in the United States, because no other doctor here in America wants to provide medical care. It's in a specific state, you know, these underserved communities where people are in need. We can't come back. So that you have a whole community in the United States right now that doesn't have a doctor because of this. This guy is providing humanitarian aid, he's providing treatment. Just giving you some individuals. We have an asylee who escaped torture and death, and he's here in America to try to seek refuge. You know the Statue of Liberty, Emma Larson. You know what's inscribed there. Give us the poor, give us the needy, give us your refuge. I'll have the lamp on for you. Well, that EO turned off that lamp for that refugee, for that asylee. We have an American Muslim who has his pregnant wife. She is trying to come here so she can connect with her husband, and so he can enjoy the newborn. The door has been shut on her as well. We have a wide gamut of different folks that have been devastated by this. Their life has been interrupted because the doors have been shut down. Folks, you have seen in an awe-inspiring series of events on TV, lawyers sitting on their behind in the airports with refugees, putting away their suits. They're sitting there. Why? This is over the weekend. I want to explain to you the magnitude of this. Now, we're here, many of you are here out of fear. And I'm trying to tell you, you should be also here out of outrage. Because how you act in the future should not just, I know you're fearful, many of you, but it should be out of conviction. Last week, we were attacked. Our First Amendment was attacked. And I'm saying this in unequivocal terms. Never before has a sitting president ever issued an edict. That executive order is an edict that he prefers one religion over another. This is very important to understand. Our founding fathers, that's the irony here, they escaped religious persecution to come to the United States. And I know many folks are passionate about the Second Amendment, but they had a First Amendment. It was a first priority. The very first thing they wanted to pass was the Establishment Clause, which is enshrined in the First Amendment. You cannot establish one religion over another. Terrible thing happened to the Japanese intern, no doubt about it. There was also a moment when there were no Iranians weren't allowed here. There have been targets towards countries, or denial of visas, or limitation of quotas based on countries. But this all has been based on nationality, national origin. Never, never. I'm trying to give you guys a distinction here, because you'll hear these talking heads or these spin doctors say, oh, we've done this before. No, no. This is a religion. Today it's Muslim. You know, okay, majority are Muslim. But you know what? Once you open the door and you set a precedent, once you set a precedent that you can attack a religion, guess what? Next day it'll be a Catholic and a Protestant and a Hindu and a Jew and so on, because you've allowed the door to open. That is why you had lawyers. Since we filed a lawsuit, we've had over 100 lawyers contact us. Let us know what we got to do. Give us they're researching, they're putting everything aside, their retainer fees aside. None of that matters right now. Because the very reason why they went to law school, the very class that they took, the Constitution, those words are coming out of the paper right now, and it's that First Amendment, folks. That's what's at stake here. Because that executive order sends a dangerous message to the extremists abroad. You know what that message is? Hey, you know what? We're going to abandon our values as well in not tolerating people's religion. And we're going to be like you folks and prefer one religion over another. This is almost giving them a gift, that we're going to be like them. And that's why, over the weekend, in the last couple of days, there have been several court proceedings, and so far, 6 federal court judges from Boston, New York, Washington, California, Virginia, have all ruled that at this time, when there was a TRO obtained, that the ban is unconstitutional. These are federal judges, folks. Right now, folks, we're batting 6 for 6. I hope I'm not the one that causes no, we're batting 6 for 6 right now. Anytime you take it before a federal judge, the judge has struck it. And I just want to let you know just a little part of the analysis, what the judge looks at. The judge, in order to grant injunctive relief, a temporary restraining order to stop the ban, the first step the judge has to make analysis on is, does the petitioner have a likelihood to succeed? Will the petitioner, based on the language of the executive order, have a likelihood to succeed? And so far, it's been a resounding yes. So that is why it's important to understand why the lawyers are going nuts, why the judges are doing their thing. Also, there's another thing to understand, folks, that the system of checks and balances are working. No one man is above the law. I know he can say whatever he wants to say, but at the end of the day, it has to be tested to the courts. And these are by judges. They're not political judges. They're life-appointed judges. No matter what they do, they're still there. They are the gatekeepers to ensure that the Constitution is enforced. I think my time is up right now.